Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this, it's probably because all of the other makeup tutorials on YouTube are honestly kind of unrealistic for everyday occasions, especially if you're in school or you just want something simple that you can do every single day. I am a makeup girl to my core, so I love doing a good makeup. My cat is at the door. What? Boy. Hi! I love doing a good makeup routine. I don't want it to be too much. I don't want to feel like I am wearing too much makeup for the occasion. I want it to be comfortable and something that feels a little more natural to me. At the end of the day, the main reason we wear makeup is to feel more confident and more comfortable in our own skin. So this is my makeup routine to protect you against school air and make you look your best self. First off, you want to start off with a good skin prep routine and you want your face to be hydrated. I like to use my Charlotte Tilbury moisturizer or magic cream. I know this is a little bit pricey. There's definitely cheaper options instead of this. This is just what I've been using right now. After skincare, I love to start off with the Glowy primer. My favorite right now is probably the Saie Starglow, and I like to mix it with the ILIA highlight, liquid highlight. It's a primer and it's in the shade Astrid. I like these together. I like to put this everywhere because I love whenever my makeup looks super glowy, and this definitely helps. I am a very oily girl, so I like to use the Hourglass Vanish primer. This just acts as a good block for oil. Put a little bit in my T-zone. This step is definitely optional, but I find it really helps me be protected from that school air, which causes me to be really oily. I like to just massage that in. Next up, if you want your makeup to look more natural at school versus foundation, I've been using this ILIA skin tint and I love the way it looks. It looks very natural, but it also gives you that coverage that I like. Definitely could have got a darker shade in this. I'm looking a little pale, but it's okay. It blends in very nice. My friend is about to be here to borrow a jacket. I really hope she does not come when I'm looking like this. I prefer a beauty blender over a brush, but I know some people like brushes better, but this works for me. I feel like good beauty blenders are hard to find. This one is from e.l.f. and it was like $6. Usually good ones are like 20. This skin tint is not too heavy. It blends out very nice, and I feel like it looks like skin in person. It's just very light. It kind of evens out your skin tone and all of that. It makes it look more cohesive. Then if you're still going for a coverage but more natural look, I like to take my concealer and I'll put it in the places I need, because we don't need in covering every little inch, because it's okay to have some of your natural skin showing. Do a dot there, and I cover any little areas that I need. I kind of stay away from my forehead because I feel like sometimes that can look cakey when you have a lot of product there. Then I blend this out and I'll kind of go over the top of my eyelid. After your concealer, I like to just take a bronzing wand or contour wand. I personally like the look of contour better than bronzer. I feel like this is kind of a good mix of both. This is the dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury from e.l.f. and it's actually almost out, but I will kind of dot that in the places I want to contour. Guys, this is actually my first YouTube video I'm ever making, so bear with me. I feel like maybe I'm not doing it correctly, but we'll see once I edit it, which I also still have to learn to do. I'm so used to editing on TikTok and like that style of content that's really short and fast, so this is definitely a big change for me, but I'm really excited. I hope to keep doing this because I love talking to y'all. Y'all are the best. I love y'all. See how it gave me kind of just that little bit of snatch, but it's not too much, it's not too overpowering. It just looks very natural. It still looks like this could be my skin. Next, I like to take a little bit of blush. Sometimes I will do this after my setting spray. It really just depends on how I'm feeling. I'll just add a little bit here. This is the NARS Afterglow in the shade Behave. I love this stuff, and I'm gonna mix it with some of the Saie blush in the shade Spicy. Just darkens it a little bit. I'm just gonna blend this out. Let me know what other type of content y'all want to see, because again, this is my first time doing YouTube. I really don't know. I'm just learning and I definitely know I can improve. Okay, next, if you want your makeup to last at school, you need a good setting spray. Otherwise, it's not gonna look good at the end of the day. Honestly, when I come home, my makeup, it'll be 7 p.m. I'll be answering my snaps and my makeup looks bomb. still. So I like to douse my face in this. I put an unnecessary amount. Not to mention, this setting spray smells so good. It smells like sweethearts. It's the makeup insurance from Too Faced. I love this stuff. Before you move on to powders, I like to make sure this is dry. It should not be wet, otherwise your makeup's gonna crease. It's not gonna look good. While this dries, I got that sugar cookie almond milk latte from Starbucks, the Christmas drink. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm gonna barf, but oh my god, it is so good. I think my friend is about to be here. Okay, my friend is about to be here to come get my jacket, so I will be right back. Hey. Okay, I'm back. I walked out there looking so crazy. To fix that, I like to use the Hourglass setting powder. This stuff is really, really good. If you want something a tad cheaper, maybe not as pricey, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus translucent powder is so good. Like, I'm about to get more because I honestly might like that better than this Hourglass one. I definitely still like this one, but I do think that one's good, and it's probably 1/10 of the price. With my setting powder, I just dip my brush in it and then I'll put it onto my beauty blender. And I like to just kind of put it in my T-zone primarily. Make sure you put powder all over your face. Just even a light layer on all those areas will really help it stay in place, but mainly focusing on my areas that I get the most oily. Depending on what you're doing, you don't need as much setting powder, but for school, I find this helps my makeup last all day. I like to take some more and I'll put it kind of like this and just carve out my cheekbones just a little bit. Next up, I feel like brows can either be a dead giveaway you're wearing makeup, or they can really enhance your natural features and look very nice. I personally like to stay away from brow pencils because in direct sunlight, they did not look cute on me. Like, what I do, and this is actually really a secret, like I don't tell people this because I feel like I'll get judged. It's a little DIY, a little bit crusty, but it's okay. I have this old eyeliner pen, so it's not very pigmented anymore, from e.l.f. I take it and I take an angled brush and I'll dip it in just a little bit of water. I'll rub it on here like this, and then you just draw it on, and it's kind of like the consistency of a marker. So when you're in sunlight, you really can't tell anything is there. It's weird, but I've gotten so many compliments on my brows, so I know it's doing something right. Once you have your base down, I like to thicken them with tinted eyebrow glue. This one is the one from NYX. It makes them look a lot fuller and also filled in and even more natural. What really protects me against the school air and helps them stay up all day is the Anastasia Brow Freeze. I don't know if you can see that. And this is just a brush from Sephora. Just take it, dip it in. I just kind of laminate my brows. Kind of just drag them back this way. I don't love the laminated look where they are stuck straight up. I do that in the front parts. After that, I'm gonna drag it back and shape them, and it should look like that. My brows have always been so hard for me to film on camera, so I always have to like stop and then lean up into my vanity. Anastasia Brow Freeze, it makes them look a little bit wet, if that makes sense. So it definitely darkens them and it kind of slicks them down. I love it. It's giving clean girl. These do not look flaky and white in the sun. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, some brow glues I feel like makes your eyebrows white. Like, oh, even if you don't do all the other steps and you do use a brow glue, I definitely recommend the Anastasia one because you really can never tell that anything is on your eyebrows. They just look really slick and nice, and I love them. Okay, next, this is my most highly requested routine that I show is my eyelash routine because y'all know it is good. The TWEEZERMAN lash curlers. These are so good. Like any other brand, absolutely not. Do not come near my eyes. This one is so good. I've used a TWEEZERMAN lash curler since probably 7th grade. I've used my friends from other brands and they just never do it the same as this. So you just take your eyelid and you kind of lift your eyelid and then you put the curler on and clamp. Okay. And then we're done. Curling my eyelashes is so hard to film on camera because I have a dying fear of ripping out my eyelashes because I've done it before. I think it was like the week before 8th grade started. So of course, like the perfect time. I was curling my eyelashes and my little sister walks in, of course, and she scares me. So I move my arm. Guys, I started bawling my eyes out. Half of my eyelashes on one side fell out. Like, I was in panic mode. I didn't know what to do. I remember my grandparents were here, so I walked downstairs. just in tears because I thought they weren't gonna come back. I didn't know what to do. Okay, my favorite mascaras right now are Telescopic and the ILIA one. I put it on the ends. Like, you should not put this all over your eyelashes, only middle to the tips. I like to go over, like, in front a couple times, and then after I'll go in the back and kind of pull back down, and it just really evens it out. I'll just do this a couple of times. Then I'll take my ILIA one, and honestly this order kind of switches a bit, but then I'll kind of go over it again on the ends. I almost never put mascara on the roots. I don't know why, but I feel like it makes my lashes look shorter. I ignore my mascara face. I know my mouth is probably wide open. You just want to make sure they're not looking clumpy and you're not absolutely going ham with the mascara. There's a rule that you're either supposed to focus your makeup on your eyes or on your lips. I like to do it on my eyes, so I do a lot of mascara and I make sure my eye makeup is always very, very good. I will wear a lip gloss or Aquaphor or something to give it just a little bit of life. Other than that, I don't really wear a lot of lipsticks because I like to focus my makeup on my eyes. After I do my top lashes, I like to add a little tiny bit on my bottoms. Another frequent question I get asked is if I used a lash serum, and I have not used one in a very long time. I used to use Grande Lash and I like that a lot. My family just has really long eyelashes in general, so I was very lucky with that. If you're looking for a good lash serum, definitely Grande Lash. I love that brand. They work so good. Next, to clean up your eyelashes, you want to take the nastiest Q-tip you can find and then wipe them up, of course, because who does not want to get a disease? This is the mascara as it's done. This is not a cute angle, but this is the final mascara product. Don't know if y'all can even see. Once I'm done with that, I like to take the iconic blush drops. I'll take the dropper, I'll put a little on the back of my hand, take my beauty blender and I will kind of dab it on, and then I like to just go like that, and it just gives a really, really pretty highlight and it looks very natural. I like to just do it on the high points of my face, and I think it's just very pretty and just gives you that nice little glow, but it's not too overpowering. Especially in the sun, this stuff looks amazing to die for. After that, depending on how much time I have or how much I want to spend on my makeup, I'll take my eyeshadow palette. This one is from Morphe. It's such a good palette. I've had it forever. I kind of grayish brown tone, and sometimes I'll just do a little bit of eyeshadow. Really think this gives a good little definition, but it's also really subtle. I feel like not enough people wear eyeshadow, but it's really not a lot to where you would notice. It's very, very subtle, which I like. And then I will take the same color and I put my finger on the brush and I'll just take it and I'll go a little bit under my eyes and give them a tiny bit more definition. Sometimes I'll do a little bit on my nose to kind of contour a tad. After, I'll either take Vaseline, Aquaphor. Sometimes I will use this lip gloss. It's the ILIA one. I think it is so pretty. It just gives an extra little bit and I love it. So yeah, that is my final makeup routine. Again, I think it's perfect for school or just everyday occasions, especially with the skin tint, especially with this instead of foundation. I used to use a foundation and I would feel like I was wearing too much makeup, which honestly I don't see anything wrong with, but I feel like people have different opinions about that. But I love the way it makes my skin look. I like how also you can still see any blemishes or like natural marks, like my freckles marks that I have, you can still see. So it feels very natural to me, and I think I like it, and it's very light and very pretty, and I like my makeup routine. So I really hope y'all liked it, and I really hope this helped y'all. If you have any questions about literally anything, go ask. If you want to see more of my content, follow my TikTok at Morgan McGuire Part 2. I do a lot of content on there on makeup and just talking about my day. A lot of that is more talking about drama, whatever's happening in my life. And just, yeah, let me know what other type of content y'all want to see on here, because this is definitely a new space for me, but I'm very happy to be here. And if you watch to this point, thank you so much. I love you. I literally love all of y'all. But yeah, make sure you subscribe or like or whatever you want to do. It's totally up to you, but I'll see y'all next time. Bye guys. Love you.